This presentation is on Escherichia coli by Kaya Splawn. The characteristics of E. coli. E. coli is a gram-negative, broad-shaped enteropathogenic bacteria. It is a facultative anaerobic bacteria, which means it can survive with or without the presence of oxygen. It is most commonly diagnosed as a foodborne pathogen. It usually resides in the intestines of human beings and animals. This pathogen is a bacteria, and there is currently no cure for E. coli. E. coli is typically found in the feces of cattle. This bacteria is normally harmless, but can be spread from person to person. No current disease stems from this bacteria. It is non-spore-forming and is motile with peritrichous flagella and grow upon McConkey agar. Transmission, management, and cure. E. coli is transmitted by feces of cattle and can be transmitted from animal to animal. From raw, uncooked meat, assure that you know and you are aware of the safety precautions and how to cook meat to the required temperatures. It can be transmitted from human to human. Petting zoos, not washing hands thoroughly and after interacting with infected animals or feces. The consumption of raw, unpasteurized milk. It can become dangerous if left untreated, known as hemolytic uremic syndrome. This can be found in certain soils, water, and food. There's no cure for E. coli, but will need to be diagnosed with a stool sample. Who and what is likely the host? E. coli is most commonly found in young children and older adults as its host, because the immune system is not as well developed or weakened. Traveling in areas that are rural and do not have well-managed water systems can be a big factor in contracting the E. coli bacteria and virus. This bacteria is typically not seen as life-threatening, but in some cases the hemolytic uremic syndrome, also known as HUS, can have long-lasting, damaging effects to parts of the body. This has been seen to mainly affect children who are under the age of 10. As a result, it may lead to damage to the lining of the blood vessel walls, kidney failure, and damage to the red blood cells. This here is a graph showing the number of people over a certain amount of time that were affected with E. coli. This provides a visual of how often the bacteria has made its way into the body of just humans alone in the year of 2018. Symptoms and cure. The most common symptoms of E. coli bacterium, as it is a foodborne pathogen, typically begins with stomach pain, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, and fever. Because there is no cure for Escherichia coli, as a common cold, it usually lasts for up to a week, and it must run its course. The body's way of ridding itself of this bacteria is high fever and diarrhea. This particular bacteria is acid resistant, which is why it thrives in the intestines, as stated in the World Health Organization. If the pathogen finds its way to other parts of the body, it can become life-threatening. This here is a map. This map shows the amount of people in each of the regions of the world and how many in those areas were infected with the E. coli. The environments with the highest risk for E. coli bacteria are Asia, excluding Japan, and South Korea, the Middle East, Africa, Mexico, Central and South America. As shown below in the maps of the states that have been heavily affected by E. coli. Information. Our cattle and fresh produce are grown and used in local restaurants and in the comfort of our own homes. We have obtained the system to create safe and manageable products to consume. Although cattle are known as our main source of protein, they can also be harmful if not treated and managed correctly. The CDC shows a study of one of our most popular restaurants that uses everything from beef, poultry, and produce that somehow created an outbreak of the E. coli bacteria. Chipotle Grill uses a variety of ingredients that can easily cause an abrupt outbreak, but to identify what and how was their struggle. Below is a link for more information on the outbreak. Sites and sources. This here below are links to all of the information I got on my paper and other sources that I used for just information about the bacteria, how it's transmitted, how meats and produce are contracting the virus and the bacteria, and how humans can get it, the symptoms you should look for whenever you are thinking you might have the bacteria. And that is all I have for my presentation. Thank you.